welcome to...
Hey! Hello, and welcome to episode 15 of the I'm Playing That's really good. Of the I'm Playing podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Nichol, aka Think My Monkey. Got it right that time.
You got it right for the first time.
Did you get it right? Did you get it wrong?
I got it wrong last week as well, so the other way around. Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
So that voice you heard, and it signals that he's back in action, is Alec Ward, aka Alex Piddock.
Hi guys.
And as always, we've got Conrad Window, or not as always, but
Well, pretty much
As most of the time.
as most times, we've got Conrad Window, aka Rama Nam Nam.
Rama Nam Nam.
And Conrad,
Hello, guys.
what kind of a name is a Rama Nam Nam?
What's a
Rama
Rama
Nam
now?
We've had a lot of people answering in, ask us what kind of a name is a Rama Nam Nam.
Well, I'll tell you the same as I told that Yank a couple of years ago. It's the sound of someone eating an apple.
I don't know how you ate apples, man. That's what. Yeah, that's what. I just go.
Sounds like an old person eating apple with their gums.
I thought it was on a motorcycle. A rum num num.
That's what he said.
A rum num num. Cool.
Anyway.
now we've straightened that out. It's time to get into business and what games we've been playing this week. I've played a couple. I've literally only played two. Except, no, I played three, but two mainly, and one for like 5 seconds, so I was shit at it. But I've been playing Child of Light, and I mentioned I was playing it last week.
You didn't.
The viewers, I had an issue, and it's resolved now.
Yay!
I completed the game completely, and I had all the trophies except for one, where you have to collect confessions, basically bits of paper that float about.
Yeah,
and I had all of them except for one. And I went to get it, and I could see it. I was literally just reaching out for, come on now! And my game file corrupted, so I lost my data.
Oh, no. Whose fault was that?
I have no idea. It was either my PlayStation or it was Ubisoft. But it hasn't happened on any other game. It happened to me quite frequently on Child of Light, which is weird. It hadn't happened to me. It hasn't
happened on any other downloaded games.
No,
It's never happened to me at all. Except for the PS2 when we used to have a memory card. And then you look on the memory card and you could tell which ones were corrupted because they had the funny little...
Yeah, you were like, fuck!
I tell you what, the only time it's happened to me is on my PSP. Like, you'd get to a certain point in Football Manager, and it was a well-known bug. It was like only 2012. This was back in like 2005. But you'd get to 2012, and then the save file would corrupt. So your option was keep your PSP constantly on, or never be able to play that save again.
Wow. Do you remember the time when everyone thought that the world was going to end in 2012?
Yeah.
Maybe Football Manager thought they knew something.
Maybe that's what they did.
There's no point saving it. There's no point playing after 2012.
Everyone will be dead.
That's actually really good. Who produces Football Manager? EA?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's the Mayans.
Sports Interactive. Sega Interactive? Sports Interactive.
Oh, okay. Well,
SI Games.
Watch out for them. They could be future telling people.
Yeah.
But
although they were wrong.
I played Child of Light. Yeah, so we don't say that. But we were playing I played Child of Light again, the whole game through. Got my final trophy. It was only a bronze. There's no platinums in it, there's no golds. But I've got my 100% now in Child of Light, which is an accolade I can not proudly display, but it's like in my head I can go,
Do you remember that time?
But on the way, I used my second playthrough to take advantage of. They've got a few, it's like you can buy... it's almost like in-game purchase, but it's not. It's not DLC. Like you can either in the game you can like get things that boost your strength, boost your mana, which you can buy. You can buy like these crystals which help your attack and help everything.
Right.
But the only sort of piece of DLC I would say is you can download the Golem's quest for like $2.99, which means you get a few more missions and you get a new playable character. So I figured I'd take the opportunity to do that. Yeah. Which is alright. Golem was a pretty good character. I didn't need him, so I would, don't worry about getting the Golem's quest. He's just a big rock Golem guy. The quest isn't particularly. I mean, it's not worth your time if you're not too bothered. But it's only $2.99, so not the end of the world.
Yeah. How long was it? Like an hour?
The Golem's quest.
Yeah.
Maybe less than that. Maybe. No, it's only just a little quest. The main thing is you get the character to play as. Alex writing something down. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I recommend it actually now to everyone who is interested in sort of RPGs. I now do recommend it. Yeah,
wow.
It is a really good game, and I wasn't even too upset that I wanted to play it twice because I actually enjoyed it. So congratulations Ubisoft for producing a great game.
I can tell you right now.
Ubisoft.
Now that I'm 85% in Lego Marvel, I can tell you right now I would not be happy about restarting.
No, but that's
it's quite different.
That's the length of the game, man. Like,
yeah.
this game's probably around about 10 hours. I managed to redo it again in 3 sittings. So 3 evenings, like long evenings. But I managed to redo it again.
Nice.
I reckon you could do it in 2 if you maybe, the last evening wasn't particularly long playing it. So it's not. So I was kind of happy to. But if I had played like Lego Marvel and all that shit, if I had to do that again, then no way. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean that's what I've been mainly playing. What have you guys been going on? Let's pick this up.
I'll go. So I've been that was wrong. Sorry about that. I've been playing tons of games.
Tons? Well, they weigh tons?
Literally tons, yeah. Some of them do weigh tons. Dragon's Dogma, I've gone back to.
Was that a game of gold?
No, that was cheap. It was like a $5.
So it was very cheap.
It was very, very cheap. It's one of the most frustrating RPGs I thought I'd ever played until I played Dark Souls. And then I realised that Dragon's Dogma was actually like a walk in the park. So I thought, I'll go back to Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah,
give it a go.
Playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm back on Dragon's Dogma. I'm also playing Tropico 4.
How is it?
Tropico 4 is really good.
Recommend?
Yeah, definitely recommend it. It's quite cheap as well. And
because I love number 3.
Yeah, to be honest, it's pretty much the exact same as 3. Not a huge amount has changed.
Right.
There's like a new. You can have cataclysmic events, so like volcanoes will erupt and there's earthquakes and tornadoes and that sort of stuff.
Right.
Which is kind of cool. But apart from that, it's pretty much the same game. I'm really looking forward to Tropico 5, which is coming out on PC this month and PS4 sometime later in the year.
PC this month? I might get that. I've always wanted to play a Tropico game, but they've always been a little bit they've always been in my budget. They've always been just slightly outside my budget, for what I want to spend on. Just like because normally it's when I go into a shop just saying I just want to get something to play, and it's always been like that tiny bit too I don't really. For a game I'm not tested, but
they definitely hold their value.
I may go for it if you're heartily recommending it, Alec. Then I would I'll give it a go.
Alternatively, you could always just borrow Tropico 4 from me if you want.
I could
play
do
it on the 360. On the old.
Oh, you bought it on disc?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you deloaded it.
No,
got it on the Dean Low.
$5 on Amazon. On the Dean Low.
Yeah, it's community reference.
Oh, is it? Okay. That was really painful. I've also been playing Fairs because...
Fairs? On what on?
On the 360.
I have it on my PS Vita.
Yeah, because it was really weird because I watched Indie Gamer the movie, which is a really cool movie.
Yeah, such a cool movie.
Because I remember you talking about it and I thought, best give it a watch. So I gave it a watch, and then Fez I thought, Meat Boy looked really good, and Fez I thought looked really good as well. And it just so happened that I just caught an ad on the 360, and I think it's pretty much that day. They were selling Fez for £2.29.
Nice.
So I downloaded that. It's now like £8, I think.
Cool. With Fez, for you, the thing I love about Child of Light is it's so easy to navigate the world and you can just swap him in and out. With Fez, and it is part of the game, like, I'll go into a level, go through a door, go through another door, and then go through and I have no fucking idea where I am, and I've still got stuff to do, and it's not easy to get back, and it's just like really difficult to navigate the world. The
maps are really difficult. What I found quite easy is like online wikis, and they'll tell you like if you want to get back to this area, you go through this door, through that door, because quite a few of the maps, they're subtly different.
Yeah.
But they do look quite similar. So you think to yourself, have I been here? And then you'll look for open doors, and you might find a door that you haven't opened. So you go through that, and then you're like, I don't know where I am.
And yeah.
But I mean, Fez for £2. To be honest, I
think I paid £7.
Yeah, even for £7-8, I'd definitely recommend it. It's
such a really fun great concept.
Yeah, the concept.
When some things you do, you're like, man, that's really awesome. When there's like you jump into a building with a hole and you flip it around, and suddenly you're on the other side of the world. Yeah, it's just like such a crazy concept.
And like, it's the thing that I love about it is that you don't get punished for dying. So you want to try something out, you jump, you die, and then you just get ported back to where you jumped from, which is really cool. Plus, the little Fez guy is really cute with his little
It's
red
definitely
Fez.
a game that encourages exploration.
100%.
And
that's what it's all about.
One thing I like about Fez is it doesn't hold your hand through stuff. Like, I spent ages in one level going, how the heck? Before I realised that the things I was on, you could turn.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I felt so stupid, but it was great that they didn't just tell me, because, it's rewarding to find out, and you feel like a spaz.
And it could have quite easily been like a game that you play for half hour, 45 minutes, and then never go back to. But they've done a really good job at adding enough content, and like what you're saying, they don't hold your hand that much. so you can just sort of explore and do everything at your own pace, which is really nice. It's quite refreshing in a video game not to have just constant action. But yeah, apart from that, I also downloaded. I bought Two Worlds.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one. Like,
really,
it's so hard. Yeah.
I remember I went into a game one time and bought in pre-order bought the special edition, which was just like the box. Came home, put it in, played it, and was like, "This is the shittest game I've ever played." Went straight back to the store and was like, "Take this shit back! I've no way I'm playing this."
I mean, it's.
What did they say?
They were like, "Fucking too right."
Here's your money back plus a $5.
Yeah, they actually came back and go, "One day your mate's going to play this and talk about it in a podcast, and on that day you can relay this experience." And I never believed him. I was like, "No, we'll have mates in the future."
Yeah.
He also told you were going to give him an angry handy
Behind the counter.
Yeah.
Which of course you obliged.
That part came true.
Although Two Worlds came out in like 2007. So.
You know how old? Yeah, we know how old. I know the game is because I bought it from. We had a game in Chelmsford here in Debenhams, and I bought it from that one. So
it was at Debenhams. Wow, that was a long time ago.
And it was pre-ordered in that one, so it must have been
really
wow. pre-owned in that one. So it was
even longer.
A long time ago. The Goblin right there.
It's all right. The Goblin, yeah, it's all right. The thing that really gets me is the graphics are so shocking that it gives me a headache.
I think even back then I was pissed off at the graphics.
The graphics are very shocking.
The movement, I remember the game just being horrendous. It's like really horrendous.
And I don't really know what I'm doing because I quit all the cutscenes because the voice acting was so bad. Like the voice acting, it's like, "Hello, and welcome to the world." It's it's so dreadful. But the game itself isn't too bad. Like, there's some cool mechanics there. And the enemies...
the skip button's fantastic.
Yeah, the way that you can just skip cutscenes without even worrying about the story is just... You could blitz that game in 2 hours.
Oh, speaking of blitz, I've been playing Final Fantasy X on my Vita. I bought it finally. I really wanted to play it. But they have Blitzball, which is a sport. I showed Conrad within the game. And it's fantastic. So Final Fantasy X is a remake, and I'm loving playing the story. But they have a mechanic called Blitzball, which is just basically like a sports sim within the game. It's like water polo, but violent water polo.
Water polo is pretty violent.
Oh yeah, it's basically like water polo then, but it's basically this big sphere of water under. It's fantastic. Different players, different stats. But the genius thing is at one point they you can just play now. You've got your team. You can play in the league. You've got cups. If you go around the world, you can talk to people. If you push square, you can then potentially recruit and scout players into a team. So it's like this. You've got your Final Fantasy, but then you've also got this like Blitzball 2000. 2001 or whatever it came out. So it's really quite. In the past, when I get to a point in Final Fantasy where I'm ready, sort of maybe at the end, where I'm sort of ready to take on the final boss. Or even when throughout it, when I want to just play a game, I'll just whack on go to a save point, just spend hours playing like Blitzball, like not even worrying about the game. So it's fantastic.
What was that on? Sorry.
It was original PlayStation 2, but I bought it on the Vita. It's available for the Vita and the Final Fantasy X and X-2 Remastered is available on the Vita and PS3, but I bought it on the Vita.
Cool.
I plan to platinum it as well, so keep updated with this progress and how my platinum's going.
Yeah, man, yeah.
What have you been playing, Conrad?
Not a lot of new stuff, I'm afraid. Start playing Rayman.
Rayman, yeah.
Yeah, enjoying it.
It's really good.
We only talked about Rayman like 10 podcasts ago.
10.
7 podcasts ago.
I've been playing Dynasty Warriors.
I have actually. So the interesting thing about Dynasty Warriors.
The interesting thing about the Dynasty Warriors series that some people don't quite understand.
The lack of news from Conrad means that I'm guessing it's time to move on to the news of gaming in general.
The news and topics, Conrad has disappointed us with the games he's playing.
Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing.
Maybe next week he'll sort himself out and play some interesting games. Play some Lego Hobbit, man. I'm interested to see what that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
When does Watch Dogs come out? Is that next week or the week after? Week after. Wolfenstein's almost out.
23rd.
But Bound by Flame came out today, which is Friday the 9th.
Yeah, it's the 9th today.
Friday the 9th.
Nailed it. What's Bound by Flame? I haven't heard of that.
It's an RPG. It looks quite cool. We cover it a lot on the website.
Oh, of course we do.
That's
yes.
really embarrassing.
No, of course we do. Yes, no, Bound by Flame. I remember that.
Bound by Flame. Yeah.
yeah, no, does that come out, when does that come out?
Today.
Today,
On PS4 as well.
Fantastic, yeah,
It's
no.
not on the Xbox One.
Of course, yeah.
Fantastic.
Of course.
Fantastic.
No, I'm going to go download it.
It looks quite
I'm going to
nice.
download it.
It looks quite
RPG,
cool
I'm loving
because
it.
it's
Just
not
finished Charlotte Light.
yeah, it's not had great reviews, but it looks quite
I'm
cool.
not downloading it now.
Yeah, because basically you have to choose between being a goodie or you get cursed by a demon, and you have to choose between being a goodie, good guy doing good guy things, or you can embrace your demon side and you grow more powerful. But when you grow more powerful, you start to look more like a demon. But I watched some
Isn't
videos.
that basically Fable?
Yeah, it's kind of like Fable, but probably better. And I've watched some videos of the creation, like character creation, and it's dreadful for a next-gen game. You basically have a choice of 5 preset faces and 6 preset hairstyles.
Wow.
I mean, it's got a 63.
It's rivaling FIFA.
It's got a 63 on Metacritic, so...
FIFA has more... At least you can like morph his face, and you have about 60 odd hairstyles. The only thing FIFA doesn't do is tattoos and decent beards.
Yeah. Their beard option is terrible, actually.
It is dreadful. Dragon's Dogma is probably a better RPG. Boom, I said it.
There you go. It's official now, guys.
I mean, something I actually mentioned was Watch Dogs, and that was famous. Well, that's finally coming out after being delayed. But the interesting thing about that is that more games have been delayed now. So we're looking at Elder Scrolls Online, which has been delayed for 6 months. We heard, or for the console versions.
Yeah.
And Dying Light has been delayed to, I think it was supposed to come out later in the year. It's now February 2015.
I thought I saw somewhere that it was supposed to be coming out like in April. I don't know whether that was right. I mean, we played it. We played it.
Yeah.
We played it at Eurogamer.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said earlier on, wasn't it?
In like September.
We played it, and they were saying that it was pretty much done.
Yeah.
So to go, well, it'll be a year and September.
It'll be a year in.
It'll be nearly 18 months.
Will it? No.
When they finally release it.
Oh, when they release it, yeah. Sorry.
If they release it in February, it'll be like 17 months after we played it.
Yeah. Which is a long old time.
Yeah.
I mean, we played it on the 360, so it wasn't the next gen. They didn't have the next gen there, so maybe that's the problem.
No, but
Maybe they're in trouble with.
Is
the
it coming
next
out for the 360?
gen. Yeah, it's coming out on all platforms, unless they change their tune between now and 2015.
They probably won't.
I mean, so the reason for the delay, I can't see when they originally were going to do it.
I saw.
But basically, they're using the whole thing. We want to take our time to do the best experience. Yada. But it's interesting these games are delayed. I mean, did we ever used to get this many delayed games? And I know I'm gonna. Hopefully, we're gonna get an article up on this. I'm gonna be writing an article soon for the site about this. But has like Watch Dogs set this sad precedent that it's okay for developers to delay their games, and then they can just use the excuse of, oh, we're delaying it to give the best experience to you, the gamer, which we feel we couldn't do, which is a genuine excuse. But people can just say that. I don't know whether that's true or not. They could just be. Yeah. They could just not. I mean, people used to stick to their deadlines and still deliver fantastic games.
Do you remember? This was probably when we did the first podcast. We were talking about upcoming games afterwards, this was. And I showed you the YouTube footage of them talking about Dying Light. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
And they were saying, like, it's ready to be pre-ordered. It's going to be due out in the next couple of months. Yeah. I can't find what...
I mean, I've got the quote here. Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, quote it.
After careful consideration, we have decided to release our upcoming game in February 2015. Since this means Dying Light will launch a few months later than originally planned, so it might be a few months, so maybe it was at Q4.
Yeah, I guess.
We feel obliged to explain the reasons that influenced this important decision, so I bet you can guess what it is. When we started development of Dying Light, we were committed to innovation. We wanted to give you freedom of movement, unprecedented and open world games. After many improvements and months of hard work, we have now come so close to realising our initial vision, we feel we cannot stop before it's ready. We believe the natural movement element of our game will change what you expect from the genre, and we don't want to sacrifice any of its potential by releasing it too early. This quality-focused thinking underlines all our development choices, and we hope you share our belief that the gameplay must always come first. The new date ensures that we can fully realise our vision in an innovative open-world game. We won't need to make any compromise or trade-offs on any of the 5 platforms we're working on. For you, this means outstanding original game that makes the wait more worthwhile.
I reckon what happened was, because they wanted to be innovative in free-flowing like movement. I reckon they watched the Sunset Overdrive trailer and then thought to themselves, back to the drawing boards, guys.
I mean, Sunset Overdrive is fantastic, and I want to come and talk about that later.
Talk about that later. There's still more.
But I mean, I think you could be a fact that it's about innovative and stuff. I mean, it could just be a case where they were going to bring it out and go like, guys, we've got a good game here, but like, what's it bringing to the table? You know, maybe it wasn't stand out enough. You think all these games that are coming out, especially for the current generation, the Xbox One, the PS4, they're all trying to do something different to stand out, to build brands, and you know, Watch Dogs is doing the whole Watch Dogs technology thing. Different games are innovating. If you bring a generic game out, you're not going to have you're going to be okay, but you're not going to have that foothold to build a bigger brand on these consoles and make a name for yourself. Yeah. So maybe they just felt that they needed to add something. Maybe they just like, shit, guys, we need a mechanic in here that sets us apart from everything else.
I can see your point of view, and I do understand.
Thank you, Conrad.
But one thing I'm going to say is like, at this crucial point in time, if they release that in the next, well, I don't know, if they could. Let's say they were aiming for a summer release or whatever, because I'm pretty sure it was summer. Then there are not that many games that are on the current gen, as you're saying now, or the next gen, or whatever you want to call it, this generation's platforms. Surely that would have given them more sales.
Yeah, well, I was talking about this in my I wrote an Elder Scrolls Online article today about whether or not the them pushing the date back 6 months, whether that is going to affect them, because the way that I saw it is that if they released it in June, their only real competitors would have been, this side of June would have been Wolfenstein and Watch Dogs. Wolfenstein will probably get a
Wolfenstein. Why'd you say it weird?
Wolfenstein.
You say it weird.
Wolfenstein.
You say it weird.
Wolfenstein.
You're wrong.
We'll get a bit of a following. Watch Dogs is probably going to have a mass following. Whether or not it's worth it, we'll see.
Yeah.
But, and then after June, they've got like, I think UFC is coming out, and there was another one, but I don't remember what it was. So basically, they're on their own. Like they're going to be one of the big players there. They're going to be one of the big next-gen games. That's when they want to be building their consumer base and their audience. But now they're going to be doing it in November, December time, where they're going to be competing with like The Order, 1880, whatever, Destiny, FIFA 13.
That's actually a really good point that I saw you made.
Just quickly, I mean, when you think about it like this, Elder Scrolls obviously going to be competing with World of Warcraft. We all know that. World of Warcraft's expansion is due out sometime before December. So you've got to release when they're weak, and they're going to be weakest when they're waiting for an expansion. Because some people think, okay, I'm going to cancel my account for a couple of months. When the next expansion comes out, I'll start up again.
Can't make a point then, but the Lord struck me down. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to launch at the same time as World of Warcraft expansion and take light away from the World of Warcraft. Because maybe they're thinking, if we launch now,
they'll get the thing.
And then as soon as the new WoW thing comes out, unopposed, everyone will go back to World of Warcraft. You know, that could be a thing.
Well, the good thing about what they're doing is that they've promised that anybody who's currently playing the PC or Mac version, that you'll be able to, first of all, transfer your character onto the next gen. So you'll be able to take your character with all their stats and imagine their gear onto the PS4 and Xbox One versions. But even more so, even more betterer, you'll be able to purchase an online digital version of Elder Scrolls Online on the next-gen consoles for £12.
Oh, that's
pretty good.
So instead of paying 40 quid for the full title, you'd then be paying. So theoretically, you could buy the Elder Scrolls Online now for 30 whatever pound, whatever it is, on PC, play it for a bit, get your character up, cancel your subscription, wait until they bring it out, and then transfer it all over. But I'm just trying to... Here we go. Alright, I just wanted to load up. So the game's this side.
What he's looking on, folks, is I'm playing www.implaying.co.uk, where you can see Alec's article. It goes online.
So I'm
many other.
And any other
and many more.
So I'm looking at either side of June this year. So there's Watch Dogs and Wolfenstein.
Yeah, he said it right, folks.
Watch Dogs and Wolfenstein, that's it. And then after June, in early July, there's Murdered Soul Suspects.
Sniper Elite.
Sniper Elite 3. And by the way, just as a side note, Sniper Elite 3 on the 360 is £25.
Really?
To pre-order, whereas it's £45 to pre-order on the One. And
But I don't want to be killing those Nazis in high definition.
to be honest, I'd imagine that's the sort of game where it probably won't make that much
No,
of a
I don't
difference.
think so.
Anyway, that was a tangent. And then UFC.
It's going to be it is definitely 1080p Sniper Elite 3 on the Xbox One.
Whereas,
Not that that means much to me.
Whereas now they're going to be releasing, this is the exact list, and obviously I'm missing quite a few games. They're releasing it with the likelihood of people still playing Watch Dogs DLC, plus FIFA, Madden, NHL 15, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Dragon Age Inquisition, Destiny, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, Batman Arkham Knight, Drive Club, as well as games that don't have a set date but will be in 2014, The Division, Evolve, The Last of Us Remastered, and The Order 1886, plus anyone who's still playing Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts.
I mean, there's 3 of the biggest games of the year there.
Exactly.
I mean, Advanced Warfare is going to be absolutely huge. Shadow of Mordor is going to be absolutely huge. And obviously, I mean, you're going to have loads of people playing FIFA.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's the thing. Like, they
When's
could
the new
have...
FIFA? Well, do you know, have we got, like, is the FIFA out pretty much?
September, yeah, it's always September pretty much.
I just want to show my my email from March. Just have a little look at that. Yes, Sniper Elite 3.
You've
so Con's already pre-ordered for the Xbox One.
43 quid though, when £25 on the 360 and it's the exact same game.
It's a good, but I'm not going to get my 360 out.
Why?
Just because it's at Sarah's house. It's Sarah's now.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, so why go back to that piece of shit?
Girlfriends, eh?
That piece of
tell me
shit.
about it.
360. Dude. I'll tell you one reason why you'd stay away from your 360, Alec. Whoa! Sunset Overdrive. I've heard a bit about this, saw a gameplay footage trailer today. Mate, that game looks good. That game looks really
looks
good.
Proper fun.
If you haven't seen it, pause the podcast, go and watch some videos on Sunset Overdrive. Shouldn't take too long. Come straight back.
Don't do anything else. You know what YouTube's like.
Come straight back.
Don't start watching cat videos.
And now we're going to talk about it. So we just give you a second to go do that. And welcome back to the podcast. We're going to be talking right now about Sunset Overdrive. So everyone's seen it. We've all seen the footage, the trailers, a second video, a bit of a rundown of the game for the folks who don't know. It's made by Insomniac, which is incredibly exciting for me, having been a... Yeah?
Oh, sorry, I raised my hand to ask a question.
Yeah.
Insomniac, they've been going for almost 20 years, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. What games did they make?
Are you just interrupted? Right, so massively excited for me as a massive fan of Spyro the Dragon and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
But why is that relevant? Did they make Spyro and Ratchet?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
This is the first...
This is payback.
Stop.
The Wolfenstein.
They've only...
Damn you.
just to cut in here with some gaming facts, this is only the second game they've ever ported to the Xbox. They did Fuse, which... Do you remember Fuse?
Me and Steve went to the Eurogamer launch event for Fuse. It was a very forgettable game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's their only game they've ever put on the 360.
Well, I think the interesting thing about Insomniac, I mean, Fuse was a serious type of game. Insomniac's always been fantastic for these. You know, they got the comedic games. Ratchet and Clank is a very funny. Ratchet and Clank is very funny. It's very comical. And just go and watch the trailer. I'll give you another second just to watch it. And welcome back once again. Thanks for watching the trailer. So enough of the trailer to watch, and you should have been caught up by now. I was saying about Insomniac. So it's a game developed by Insomniac, which is incredibly exciting for me because I'm a massive fan of Spyro, massive fan of Ratchet and Clank. And yeah, they did make Fuse apparently. Now, from what I was saying, they did make Fuse a very serious game, and I think that they're great at making fun games. Ratchet and Clank is just hilarious. Spyro can be really funny as well. And Sunset Overdrive looks to be a return to that really comical humour.
It's that cartoon look.
I mean, some of the guns look incredible. You know what you can, and those crazy guns. That's Ratchet and Clank. They've come back. That's what they're known for. Like, there's the gun that fires fireworks. There's one that fires a teddy bear with dynamite.
It was very Dead Rising 3.
It was Dead Rising 3 meets
Dead Rising
Spyro
3.
to me.
Meets Ratchet and Clank on Spyro.
Meets Brink. For the sort of free
and that was the other fantastic thing. Watching the characters move around was just so flowy and fantastic. You jump from one thing to another. And the plot of the plot of the game is that there's been a new energy drink came out that has turned loads of people into mutants basically, and these mutants are trying to kill everyone, and you've got to survive. So to take on a zombie game, but with mutants, so it's kind of Crackdown-esque. It's like Crackdown meets Ratchet and Clank meets Brink meets Dead Rising 3. And that's everything.
Yeah.
But it does look fun. And I mean, the thing I found interesting is the fact that we're getting a lot of these games now, like Titanfall, like Sunset Overdrive, like Infamous, that focus on the fluid movement around the cities, and that is what makes an open world game. You know, from Infamous, what's such good about getting in the world is it's just so fluid. You jump into things, you fly up. It's fantastic. Titanfall is great because it makes the maps, it's not rigid anymore. You don't have to climb a ladder, you're up there, you're boosting. Yeah. And this Sunset Overdrive just looks like such a fantastic way to get around this. You navigate the city for fast-flowing fun.
Yeah,
fun!
That is the worst thing about games, is the fact when you have to climb ladders. I think ladders are my pet peeve in any video game.
They ruin Battlefield!
They do. Could you imagine being able to not have to climb up a ladder in Battlefield?
It will happen when Battlefield does its Advanced Warfare version.
Well, when they do Star Wars Battlefront, hopefully you'll be able to jetpack.
The Star Wars Battlefront, just so you know, you always take the piss out of me, because I've pre-ordered it already. There's going to be Star Wars Battlefront stuff at E3.
Is there really?
Yeah, they're going to have more.
Oh, amazing.
They're gonna maybe not have gameplay, but they're going to have.
They're revealing, aren't
they?
they?
They're going to have more stuff about it. Yeah. So,
what do they need to reveal? It's already done.
The name.
Star Wars Battlefront 3. Battlefront.
No, they haven't said Star Wars Battlefront 3 yet, so it's like, what are they revealing? 3.
Oh, Jesus. Star Wars Battlefront 4? Question mark?
Yeah. But no. So Sunset Overdrive, you guys have checked it out.
Yeah, it looks great.
I love the. I think the graphics was something that really drew me. I thought they looked really really neat and really cool. And I also loved the way that you die.
Oh, when you respawn.
Yeah, the respawn.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's so fun.
Hopefully,
what's your favourite one that you've seen?
Either the alien abduction or the sarcophagus.
I like the one where they kick him off.
Yeah, the one where the mutants drive by and kick you out the car.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But then I like the final one. I can't remember what one's the final one. I think it's the UFO. Where he kind of lands and he's just like, oh, okay then. Yeah, I better get on with it. Yeah, I quite like that.
Yeah,
but they all look good.
The mutant one was just hilarious.
Hopefully they have lots of them. Otherwise, I think if they only had 6 or 7. They could get quite repetitive. But then I guess dying is always the same on any game anyway. So at least you have 6 different options as opposed to just the same old.
At least you've got like a funky new look at it.
Yeah, plus it also suggests that dying isn't really going to impede the game that much.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it looks like it's going to be massively online. Like it's going to be...
Yeah, you see a few people whirring about, don't you? Which is got. I mean... It might be online, it might be local multiplayer, like 8 people in one game.
Yeah,
maybe mates. But that would be great though still. No, that would still be really
Left
good.
4 Dead would be sick.
Yeah.
This is only Xbox One, isn't it?
Yeah, Xbox exclusive, yeah.
Which is why it's kind of weird, that's why I mentioned the...
Insomniac, because they normally on Ratchet and Clank
and
Spyro or Sony exclusive, so it's interesting to see it go over.
Yeah, which is why I said about Fuse. Yeah.
Depends on how much Microsoft offered them.
And that's the big question, isn't it?
Enough, I would imagine.
Well, I mean, Insomniac have done Resistance as well for Resistance 3 they developed. So the big Sony... I mean,
for Resistance Trilogy, actually, look.
Oh, so the Resistance Trilogy. So when you look at the platforms, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3, Vita... They did Outnauts of Facebook and OS. Fuse was the first game they did on the Xbox, and now all of a sudden they're doing an Xbox exclusive. After their whole career of basically, their first game came out in '96. They've always been on PlayStation. It's their first game that's not. So it'd be really interesting just to see what went on there. Maybe their relationship with Sony broke down. Maybe Xbox just said, "Fuck it, guys, we'll give you loads of money," which seems odd because. There is not, to me, they make great games, and not lately they haven't made us great. I mean, some of the new Ratchet and Clanks don't really stand up to the old one. Fuse wasn't a great seller.
Resistance was
They don't seem like a studio, which I would assume that Microsoft would go, man, we need Insomniac to develop games exclusive for the platform.
Well, maybe they took the idea to Microsoft, to Xbox One, and said, here's our idea for a game. What do you think?
Yeah, potentially.
You never know. I mean... if you've been making games for one platform, I say one platform, I mean one console family for the last 18 years, and
Yeah, maybe they want
you
to
will
change
reach
it
a
up.
point where you want to change up. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. I'm just reading here that the game is expected to use the Microsoft Cloud Computing to create a living world where feedback and ideas, meaning this is Wikipedia, such as internet memes, social commentary, and new items, weapons, and characters, be quickly added. So user generated.
Which just very quickly, just reminding you of that Unreal Tournament post we saw earlier.
Yes.
Unreal Tournament have announced that the next game, very, very quickly this will be, that the next game will be from scratch. You can watch it via Twitch.
Yeah.
You can watch all progress. You can put in what you want to happen in the game. You can
Whilst they're making it?
Yep. You can push ideas forward. Everything will be a community effort.
Community-led game.
Yeah. And they said this is from the very first bit of code, and they said, what's the downside? What's the catch? Catch is that it's going to take.
God knows how long to make.
Well, it'll take 2.5 years. Don't expect to play it soon.
Yeah.
They said it'll be free in some capacity. So that'll be really cool to get involved with, and we'll have to get ourselves as characters.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. My character's gonna be this huge guy with like machine gun in his arms. We'll see.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we got a different take on a classic concept now. At this point, we turn it over to Conrad, our residential conversation expert, to do a Conrad's Convo, which we're still going to do, but we're mixing up a bit.
We are mixing it up. There's no real time constraint this week, although
we're giving a little bit more time to it.
Yeah, I think we're going to probably do about 3 minutes each, just so everyone gets.
Well, I think it's just a general.
Just a general
could do a general
chit
chit
chat.
chat. Yeah, sure.
Chit chat.
And the chit chat this week is going to be what characters would you take from one gaming universe franchise and add to a different universe? And I told you both about this at the start of the podcast. You've had half an hour to brew it over in your minds, and I hope you've got
literally
some
just thought of mine in the last 30 seconds.
I literally completely forgot that I was supposed to be thinking about this, so maybe Alex should go first.
Well,
okay then.
Mine's not okay. So what we're going to do as well is just try and explain these choices. And when I was thinking about it, I was thinking what would be cool. But the biggest thing I was thinking about was punishing the characters I hated from certain video games, like the bad guys.
Oh,
and in recent memory,
interesting spin.
yeah.
Ooh.
And in recent memory, the character I hated with a passion was the character of Augustine from the latest Infamous game. She's the final boss, but the mocap and everything about her, you hate. Like a person in real life that subtly thinks they're the boss and thinks they're amazing. You must just strangle them so badly. She's one of those characters, and she's basically obsessed with power. She's just horrendous. And I would take her into the Viva Pinata universe because I think that would drive her fucking crazy. Like taking this character into a world with these cute little animals that she has to do gardening,
look after,
and all this stuff. I think it would just be too happy for her, and she would just she would go crazy and just start she'd become some weird, I think she'd just literally go insane. But I like the idea of actually not putting Master Chief in the Gears of War universe so they can kick some serious ass. Like the idea of taking someone I hated and putting them in a universe that's not violent, but in that situation it would just be too adorable almost. It would just blow up sort of thing.
Her head would explode.
Yeah. I just think putting Augustine in the Viva Pinata world would literally just be torture.
Or Animal Crossing.
Yeah, something like that. Just something so innocent and fun, but that character in it would just go crazy, would just lose their mind because it's all just so mental.
My idea, I was trying to think, and I was thinking exactly the same as you at the start. I was like, let's put these characters that are going to kick ass with them, and what I thought instead would be to take characters, and what I'm relying on most is their voice acting here.
All right, okay.
And what I thought was the Left 4 Dead team, and mostly Bill and Zoe because of the way Bill always goes Zoe, and just just the way their voices were, and put that into the comedic levels of Time Splitters because it's still shooting, but I'd love to see him go Zoe as it's all pissing around, and you've got monkeys coming towards him with lasers and shit like that.
So again, you want to take it out of context, so you put like a serious of the
Yeah,
fight.
I think
exactly.
Bill would make a really good time.
I think it'd be incredible. I'd always play as Bill.
He reminded me of the Time for Fisticuffs. Splendid guy.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I just thought, take something that's deadly serious like yours and add it to a bit of comedy, but mine really relies on the voice acting there. But yeah, what about yourself, Alec? What would you do?
Mine's really good. Just saying.
So there's no pressure.
Okay, then, let's not say anything.
Yeah.
Sign off.
Bye, guys. I would take Handsome Jack.
This is fun. I don't know what you're going to say. I was thinking of Handsome Jack.
Yeah.
So this would be interesting.
And I would put him in Telltale Games, The Walking Dead universe. Because how incredible would it be to play a zombie apocalypse as Handsome Jack?
Or you'd want to play
Yeah,
as him?
I'd play as him. I'd want to be able to play as Handsome Jack. I don't think I'd want him to be the main protagonist because that'd just be really weird.
Sure.
I think it'd just be really uncomfortable. But I think Handsome Jack would really flourish in the Walking Dead universe because there'd be all this terrible shit going on. And then you'd just be doing these really witty, sarcastic one-liners.
While looking after Clem.
Yeah, whilst looking after some little girl. Just be like, come on.
But you don't know.
I reckon it'd be really good.
He'd
And
make a lot
actually,
of jokes.
if we can take two, I would switch Clementine for Rat Trap. Is it Rat Trap?
Claptrap.
Claptrap.
Rat trap.
Claptrap.
Zombies.
Zombies! Ah! And then he's like running away. That'd be so good. He's banging into walls. Like the episode at the very beginning where Clem gets attacked by the zombie, it'd just be Claptrap. Like running away.
Who can run away fastest?
Yeah.
That'll be what it is.
You could ride Claptrap. That's brilliant.
That's pretty. So actually, if you take Handsome Jack and Claptrap in the Walking Dead universe, that would be quite. Actually, just Claptrap in that universe would be
Claptrap would be
hilarious
brilliant.
as well.
Not to play as, that would be
No.
horrendous.
That's actually pretty damn good.
Nah.
That's actually pretty damn good.
That's
I
quite
was
good,
thinking
yeah.
Handsome Jack, but I was like, with my Handsome Jack one, I was almost just like, he's like too perfect to be in Borderlands to move anywhere else.
True, he is perfect for Borderlands.
But,
then I thought
that was really good though.
Yeah,
Because
I
I was
thought-
thinking of my whole like torturing bad guys, but I was just like, I don't want to mess with Handsome Jack 'cause he's badass. But having him be a playable character in The Walking Dead would be really cool.
also seeing as Telltale are going to be doing the Borderlands Tales of Borderlands game, I reckon they'll be able to do Handsome Jack justice
Very
as a
fitting.
cartoon character. Plus, the art styles are quite similar as well, so I think you just sort of like you couldn't imagine Handsome Jack in Gears of War. He just looked weird.
Yeah, no, I get you. That's a good choice. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like Conrad's. Would he? I think it'd be. Would he shout Zoe every time she died in multiplayer?
Not every time.
I think that would be
That'd be really frustrating.
Especially if there was only those two going around.
You play the whole team of Bill and the whole team of Zoe.
It's one Bill and like 8 Zoes or 7 Zoes.
I think Francis would have been good as well because he's such a prick.
And the way Francis.
Francis.
Lewis. Oh,
Zoe!
I miss Left 4 Dead so bad.
So, oh dear.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap up episode 15.
Yeah, it is.
15
but
episodes.
just before we wrap up, 15. Christ, it's gone quick,
It's
hasn't
gone quick.
15 hours of complete nonsense.
Yeah, indeed. Well, yeah, indeed.
Almost 15
Indeed.
hours.
I thought we'd better announce our winner of the competition that we had.
Of course, yes, the competition.
We had a competition?
I didn't know about this either, and I've sent Infamous to myself, so fuck you. Callum. Anywho, the winner is Callum Joplin at I'm Hungry Games. So congratulations, Callum.
I'm Hungry Games.
Yep, that's his
Like
thing.
the Hunger Games.
Yes, just like the Hunger Games.
Nice.
But no, a deserved winner.
He seemed like a nice guy.
He did.
Congratulations.
Even though it was chosen randomly, he still seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
We had some fantastic Titan names mentioned. We had some fantastic powers. Check out, go on our Facebook wall to see some of the suggestions. There were some fantastic
Indeed,
ones.
there were.
There
I
was.
think did we say we were going to give a poster to our favourite one?
We did. We
I
would
feel
have.
like we did,
Yeah, there were
we
some
did.
great ones. There were some really good ones.
I can't off the top of my head. I can't remember. There's lots of people saying they wanted to be invisible so they could spy on people, but I'm pretty sure.
There was a lot of super strength. There was some standard
Yeah.
ones, but there was some good ones and some good names like
There was some that
Overlord and various different
Yeah.
Titans. It was good fun.
people had actually genuinely thought,
Yeah,
I want
taken
to be a
time,
bit unique.
yeah.
Yeah.
Check them out, on the Facebook
Cuddles.
page. But of course, you can continue to check out all of the Unplaying content either going to the website www.implaying.co.uk. You can go to the Facebook page, check out all the stuff at www.facebook.com/implaying. Head over to our Twitter account at I'm_playing. And these podcasts go on both YouTube, which is www.youtube.com/I'mPlayingTV, and both on Mixcloud as well as I'm Playing, as well as Twitch, as well as all other things for I'm Playing. So just Google us on the net and we should be there.
If you can't find us, then you're not Googling, right?
Indeed, we are.
That's our catchphrase. I'm Playing. If you can't find us, you're not Googling, right? Thank you very much for listening to this episode 15. I think next week we're going to try and do something a bit different. Maybe have a podcast more about sort of specialists, maybe based on some of the stuff we did for Comments Condo. So we'll just get our opinions on some random shitty questions.
That'd be fun.
So join us then. Until then, I've been Alex Nicol, aka almost cocked it up, aka Think Bad Monkey. I've had with me Alec Ward, aka Alex Pinnock.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, Conrad Window, aka Romanom Nom.
Yeah, and as always, thank you for having me in your house, Alex, and thank you, listeners, for listening.
Let's have them in my house. This could be
I'd say by house he means super
by house,
executive
studio.
recording studio.
I didn't say it wasn't a studio in your house.
No, that's true.
He lives in a recording studio. Kesha's recording.
I live in the soundproof walls.
Just next door. That's weird.
Anyway, we've got to go and check on Kesha to make sure this is okay. So until next time, thank you.
That's Kesha singing for you guys.
Thank you very much from us, and we we hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.